What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome along to the 2021 Italian Grand Prix and episode number 2 of the F1 2021 brand new seasonal challenges series that I'll be taking on the F1 2021 game. If you haven't seen my last video, this kind of video where I did the championship challenge in Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes, and go check that one out. There'll be a card in the top right hand corner of your screen now. But today we're doing a different challenge. Today is the Daniel Ricciardo challenge. So for those of you who don't know, Daniel Ricciardo won the 2021 Italian Grand Prix for McLaren, his first victory since Monaco in 2018, after which Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen collided mid-race, bringing out the safety car, allowing Ricciardo to take the victory. We're going to try and pull off said victory here today. The one thing you need to remember before I start this challenge, guys, is that this is a repeat, not a reenactment. So we're not trying to reenact what happened in the actual Grand Prix. The only thing that has to be similar is that we take the race victory, in this case, in Ricciardo's McLaren. So there we are in the McLaren starting in second place, and without further ado, let's have a look at the starting grid ahead of this Italian Grand Prix. I'm really looking forward to getting this one underway, and I hope to make a couple more of these in the future. So starting on pole position, then it's the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. Of course, it was Verstappen in real life, but we're still in second place in Ricciardo's McLaren, so things are exactly the same there. Then behind us is the two championship protagonists, Lewis Hamilton and championship leader Max Verstappen. And it's Charles Leclerc in 5th and Lando Norris, our teammate, in 6th. Carlos Sainz in 7th, Perez in 8th in the Red Bull. Gasly in 9th and Vettel round 8 on top 10. In 11th place is Ocon. Stroll behind him in 12th place. 13th goes Yuki Tsunoda, and 14th is Kimi Räikkönen's Alfa Romeo. Williams for George Russell in 15th is Giovinazzi 16th. Mick Schumacher 17th and Nicholas Latifi in 18th. 19th is Mazepin. And Fernando Alonso rounds off the grid. I believe he had an engine penalty of some kind, so he'll be starting from the very back row of the grid. So here we go then. As I say before, the only thing that matters here is that we finish in the top. If we win the race, that's all we really need to do. So here we go then to 5 red lights for the Italian Grand Prix, and the Daniel Ricciardo challenge gets underway, and it's a very good getaway compared to Bottas on our left there. So you can take the lead down towards turn 1, but Verstappen that now wants to have a go at us in the race towards that first corner. He's on our inside. We're going to outbrake both of them in the typical Daniel Ricciardo fashion and take the early race lead, similar to how he did in real life. Verstappen now behind us in 2nd, Bottas in 3rd, Hamilton 4th, and Leclerc in 5th as we head through Curva Grande for the first time in his Italian Grand Prix, getting nice and close to the curve. Verstappen's right there behind us, so we have to be careful because any mistake or any lock-up could be crucial. Here we go into the La Roggia chicane. We'll be very careful not to go over those 2 orange sausage curbs there, because they could ruin our race or just ruin our line and then ruin the race. So things could still go poorly for us if we make any mistakes through those corners. Through sector 2 we go now, and heading through the through Lesmos, and then down now towards Ascari. This is a DRS straight here, so we have to be very careful. When DRS gets enabled, we have to be very careful on defending and make sure we just don't let Verstappen or Bottas or anyone else ahead of us. Here we come now towards Ascari. Typically a very nice taken corner. The AI do tend to back off through here sometimes, so we may gain. This will be our main source of gaining time down through that corner. Making our way down towards Parabolica here, the iconic final corner on the Monza circuit. We still have a steady lead over Verstappen and Bottas, and it's Hamilton who's just over a second behind in 4th place, and Leclerc in 5th. All in all, not too bad a first lap. We tried to take the lead in the start, and that's exactly what happened. So we take the early advantage in this Grand Prix. So there we go over the line then to begin the second lap of this race, setting the fastest lap in the process. As we come round now to the end of the second lap, then we have also we've got an even bigger lead than we did before. We're on course to set the fastest lap again just over our previous attempt. So it's now 122.7. Verstappen's now way behind us, but DRS has been enabled, so he'll be able to gain some of that time back, provided he stays within a 1 second of range of us. So down towards turn 1 we come. Things are all good for us for the time being. We're just being nice and careful here in these early stages of the race, just to try and not do anything too audacious. And making our way on to further into lap number 3 now. We've got a yellow flag there. I think that's one of the Williams cars. I think that might be Latifi, I'm not entirely sure. And there we go, it is Latifi. He's out of the race, and the virtual safety car has been deployed. So that's not good. We're going to have to slow up in order to stay within the delta range. I have to be careful with that, because we have to make sure not to go too far out of range, because we want to back up, and then it'll be easier for Verstappen and everyone else behind us to regain time. So moving on now to the start of lap number 4, the virtual safety car quickly coming to an end as we make our way back to turn 1. We have to slow down big time, because we're about 0.6 seconds above the delta. We have to slow up big time on the exit there, and Verstappen's getting a lot of time on us. So just like that, it's a train once again, and Verstappen's tailing us as the DRS gets re-enabled once again. It's back to the Curva Grande we come for the 4th time in this race. I think we'll be alright though. I don't think Verstappen is close enough to really go for a move. He's a quarter of a second behind, so I think we might be okay on that front. Moving on towards the end of lap 4, further into lap 4, sorry. He's got DRS on us this time, but he's going to close in quite a bit with that advantage. We set a purple sector 2, so we're definitely still one of the faster cars on track. We're definitely quicker than he is, but we've made a bit of a mistake there through Ascari, so we had to back up quickly to allow us to stay on the track, and Verstappen's now got a really good run on us, and this could be the race lead right here. He pulls out to the right hand side on the charge towards Parabolica. Verstappen takes the lead. We have a new leader in the Italian Grand Prix. The Dutchman now out front. We have to be careful though coming through Parabolica, because I reckon we can have a very good run at him. We've got the DRS to our advantage now, and we're still right there with them. And look at the tow we're getting even without the DRS. We're going to open it up here and charge down the main straight and back towards turn 1. Bottas may try and follow us through, try and take second place away. We're going to move back up in front of Verstappen and take the lead. He briefly looked inside, but it's alright. He's stayed behind us, so we are all good on that front. So making our way through turns 1 and 2, we'll be alright there. Moving on towards the end of lap number 5 now. Going into sector 3, once again through Ascari. We almost make the same mistake again. We've gone wide though. We've gone just over the grass and through the gravel slightly. Verstappen now on the left side this time takes the race lead. If we're lucky, we get enough of a tow. We could try and pass him going into Parabolica, but Bottas is on our outside, so that's out of the question. So we have to duck inside to try and take the lead away from Verstappen, and there we go, up into the lead at the end of lap number 5, but Verstappen's now right there with us, so I have to be very careful down this next straight. We have DRS, but he's got the general pace of the Honda engine in the back of that Red Bull. Bottas also has DRS and a Mercedes engine to back him up. So here he comes now down this main straight, back towards turn number 1. I think we've got enough to hold him off for the time being. We've gone a bit too deep through turn 1, and we're going to hit the sausage curve in turn 2 in the process, so Bottas will be right behind us. He already pulls to the outside on the exit, so we blocked the inside run. Bottas through Curva Grande, taking the lead by half a car length. Here we come now back on the right, so it's not over yet, as we head down towards the De La Rocha chicane for the 6th time in this Grand Prix, and we just about outbrake him in typical Ricciardo fashion, but we go over the sausage curve there, so Bottas is going to stay right there with us. Any chance we're gaining time now out of the window, and Bottas is going to have DRS here as we go way wide through this first Lesmo corner. We throw the hand up in frustration because Bottas has made contact with us. We're on the inside, sorry, we're on the outside. Bottas on the inside. We've managed to get away with it, but he's got the DRS now despite losing momentum. Everyone's going to have DRS on us. The top 5 separated by just about half a second here. Bottas looks to the left hand side, tries to take the lead, but then immediately backs out of it as he heads into Ascari, allowing Verstappen to take second place and backing up both Leclerc and Hamilton in the process. And Verstappen's gotten backed up as well. He's managed it. We've managed to pull out a 1.1 second lead now, so that's all good on our end. So we hold on to the top spot here as we head back down towards Parabolica. But of course, this lead must come to an end at some point, and at the end of lap number 8 is when we take our opportunity to go into the pits for our first and only stop of the race. So we're pitting onto the medium tyres, and those should get us to the end of the Grand Prix nice and easy. We just want a clean stop without any issues. Verstappen and Hamilton both coming in behind us here. 2.8 second stop. We get out just as the Aston Martin guys make their way out to serve one of their drivers. Hamilton's come out in front of Verstappen here, so we're alright. We've got a decent advantage over the two of them, so we should be okay. It all depends on where Bottas and Leclerc come out. I'm not sure if Leclerc pit behind us, but we're all good on that front. So making our way down this main straight now, once again at the end of lap number 9, the start of lap 10. The last few guys who have pitted are in the pits now, and there we go, past Bottas, past Leclerc, past Perez. Leclerc's bolted on the hard tyres, not quite sure why, but he's still holding on to 5th place there as he exits the pit lane. But that's us with a pretty decent lead at this point in the race, so definitely not too bad at all. We're coming down now to start the last lap. Not much happened in the last 2 laps, but over time Verstappen and Hamilton quickly closed on us, and Verstappen's almost within DRS range as Bottas sets the fastest lap, so we're no longer the fastest car on track. We're definitely going to be struggling on this final lap despite having fresh mediums on the car. They've only been on the car for about 5 laps or so. Verstappen and Hamilton are still right there. We've overshot turn 1 and we've almost gone wide in turn 2 in the process. So Verstappen and Hamilton, one of those two can win the battle and they have to earn the right to take us on. It's going to be Verstappen. We make our way through Curva Grande for the last time in this Italian Grand Prix. All we've got to do is hold on for this last lap. I can't help but feel this is what Ricciardo would have had to deal with if both Lewis and Max had stayed in the race. Nice and smooth through the De La Rocha chicane. But Verstappen's closing on us all the time. The gap now down to within half a second. If we overshoot any of these last few corners or make any mistakes, that could be the race for us and the challenge over. And once again, it is Verstappen chasing us down at the end on the final lap of one of these challenges. At first it was in Abu Dhabi, and now it's here in Monza. Verstappen's going to have DRS on us as we head down towards Ascari for the final time. It's definitely going to be tight, but where the car ahead, he has to catch us, and he is catching us by a decent. He's catching us at a rate of knots here to make our way to Ascari for the last time. And down towards Parabolica, we've gone wide, so Verstappen's going to have a very good chance of making his way past us as he make our way towards the last corner of the Grand Prix. He's getting close. Does he have enough to look to the inside? I think we might just be okay as we make our way into Parabolica, on the grass a bit, but through Parabolica for the final time, and that's going to be all we need to do to come across the line and take first place, pull off Ricciardo's challenge, and win the Italian Grand Prix. And that was potentially one of the most stressful final laps I've had to endure in my time playing the F1 game, because that was insane. The way that Verstappen and Lewis were just closing us all the time, or mainly Verstappen. We managed to hold them off to the end here, and I'm very pleased with that. So that is challenge complete. If you guys have enjoyed this one, then be sure to hit the like button and subscribe as well, because I want to do a lot more of these challenges. But we have won the race once again. Victory for us today, and yeah, just another challenge down. I'm enjoying this video concept and these video ideas, so they're always enjoyable just to make. So we are going to have to bask in a victory now of the win at Monza, and the only thing we're able to do is shoey. That's not really our thing. That's Ricciardo'S thing, but we'll leave him to that. Regardless though, so we have won the race ahead of Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. We'll take a look at the final results here before I sign off. But yeah, what a race that was. It was really exciting from start to finish. Of course, there was a brief chunk in the race after the second pit stop where not much of what was really happening between us. So look at the final results then. We win the race from Verstappen and Hamilton, Bottas in 4th. Leclerc on the hard tyres comes home 5th, and it's Sainz in 6th. And Sophie could be pleased with that, but probably not. Then it's Perez 7th, Paul Ray's Pin, Norris 8th. We didn't really see much of Lando during the race. Gasly 9th, and Sebastian Vettel in 10th place, rounding them out. So with that, you guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like I say, make sure to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And like I say, I'll be making a playlist of these, because I want to make a ton more challenges. I've got a bunch more ideas for challenges I can do for this kind of thing. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more of those in the comments below, and let me know what you thought of this one. So with that then, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you guys in my next video. So goodbye.